Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to start off the Warbotron Computron review, and we're going to start off with the leader of the bots, Scattershot. And yeah, I'm gonna warn you now, I'm gonna lose my patience with this thing. I'm gonna get frustrated, I'm gonna get pissed off, I'm gonna probably call it names. But, yeah. So, as you can see, he does have this stand. Let me pull him off of that real quick. You can just see how he looks. And he looks okay. A little floppy. Not the greatest, but it works, I guess. Not really much to show off here. I don't even think he has landing gear. No, I don't see any anyway. So yeah. So, but yeah, he could just sit on this flight stand here and looks good. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, and this is going to be a trend throughout the whole figure, pull these pieces off here. These are what keep them on the stand, so they actually plug into these swords here. And the pressure of the figure on the base has actually split the swords. I don't know how well that's coming off, but you know, it's a semi-easy fix, but whatever. Alright, so we take these pieces here and we'll set that off to the side. Pull the swords out of the base. I think this probably becomes like the torso piece or something. I don't know. We can slide that together. And guess what we're going to do with this? Set it off to the side. You take the swords here. You can fold this. Make a sword. It's got no screws in this piece here to hold it together, so it's kind of a mess. Same thing here. The only screw in it is this one hinge here. You see some stress in that plastic in there. Alright, so we got these three nice little swords here, clear swords. Pretty similar to each other. These two are identical. This one's similar. All cast in that clear plastic with a little silver paint. Guess what we're going to do with these? Set them off to the side. Alright, now you want to take this gun here off and this gun here off. Set them off to the side. Take this hand here and this hand here. Set them off to the side. Take this piece here off. Set that off to the side. Take this off. Take this off. And set it off to the side. Then we're going to pull this assembly here off. Set it off to the side. Take the wing off, set it off to the side. Wing off, set it off to the side. Gun, set it off to the side. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. I get the stand. I get the hands. But there's more fucking plastic here than there's there, sitting off to the side, waiting for something else. I don't mind a little bit of parts forming, you know, like with a gun or something, but when half your figure, you have to take half your figure off to get it to transform, that's fucking ridiculous. It's just, it's asinine is what it is. This is, I mean, I know this is an older figure, but it's not that much older that they can't figure out how to transform a goddamn figure. And I know the wings could stay on the legs, but the design is better for it, for them to go on his back, which means you have to take them off to transform it. It's it's mind-boggling on how bad that is, how much I absolutely cannot stand it. Like I said, I don't mind parts forming here and there. You know, I don't mind, you know, maybe, I mean, you don't even have to incorporate the hands, just set them off to the side, you know, in general. They don't have to be attached to it. But, I mean, things like this is his back piece. It's like, that's just unforgivable. This is just... whatever. Let's move on. So you take this section here, and let's see here. Oh, untab it from this tab here. All right, so that folds in there. Fold this down. Get out of the way. Untab the legs from here and here, and then you want to untab these gray sections here from the hips. These work as a locker to keep them in either robot mode or combined mode, which is pretty cool. But you can see the spring in here is so tight. It's actually splitting the whole thing down the middle, so that's wonderful. You want to take these, get it straight, and then you can plug those back in. That. Rotate the leg around and fold it down. Okay, so down. Tab those in. Tab those in. Rotate down. Tab those in. You can see how much I love this figure. So you fold this piece here in and down, in and down. Pull this down, pull this down, pull down the foot. This will come around and attach together like that. So all right, just like that. Okay, now we want this, and then this piece will fold to the back. I'm sorry, this is his chest piece, not his back piece. And that's even more unforgivable. I mean, they really couldn't do anything else with that. You want to extend the legs all the way. Like that. Untab the arms, fold down the shoulders. Untab the arms, fold down the shoulder. And then we need to extend the forearms here, which are really super tight. So that's really, really neat of them to design it that way. Okay. Open this section here. And this thing is like, it's loose, so it's not in place yet. So sounded more like it was breaking than it was tabbing into place, but you know, whatever. All right. Down. Jesus. Open that up. Pull my hand down. Oh my god. I can't stand this thing. Luckily, the rest of the figures are a lot better than this. There. Jeez. Alright, now. Take the back piece here. This will fold up like this. Okay, and then we can take these pieces here, and it says to fold them down, but I don't see any purpose to doing that, so it's really kind of your call there. I'll just leave them up. Now let's get him dressed up with some of the parts that came off of him. We can take this torso piece here. I'll just plug back in. Because, you know, they can't figure out how to transform this thing without taking it off. Take the wing here. Take this. And see, they can sit on his legs here if you want them to. I think, whatever. But you can also put them up here. Come on. Like this. That's probably how I'd prefer to have it. I think it looks good. And yeah, so there you go. There he is in his Batman. Transformation, I would say, is not worth it. All the extra bits, not worth it. I know they're trying to make those extra bits playable, but it's like, couldn't you just figure out how to just make this thing better? just straight up, just make it better. Posability wise, his head is on a ball joint, so you get the left and right, little tiny bit up, tiny bit down. So it's pretty much limited to just left and right. Shoulders swivel up and down, in and out. There's a bicep swivel, bends at the elbow. The way it's designed, you don't get a full bend, so you know they botched that too. Hand swivels and the fingers open and close. Waist swivel. You can flip these pieces here up, and it's got a soft ratchet in and out, and a more solid ratchet this way. These things are a good idea, but the execution sucks because they keep popping out. Thigh swivel, bends at the knee. You got a rocker at the foot, but no tilt. So, yay. Alright, now, these pieces, there's nothing you can do with those, so we're done with those. Let's see here. Maybe you can take this and make a shield out of it. Nope. Nope, can't do anything there. Alright, let's see here. What else we got? We got the little swords. You can take those. Plug in his hand if you want. Let's see, big sword. Plug that into his hand if you want. This axe here, we can... Does this extend? I'm pretty sure this extends. Okay, there we go. That does extend. Doesn't look like it's really good, but it does extend. You can open his hand up, close it up. He doesn't hold it very well, as you can see. So that, you know, that's really nice that they incorporated that, and having two more pieces that you have to parts for him. Let's see here. Little pistols. Can you hold the little pistols? No. Oh my god. Let's see this thing. What do we do here? Okay, so this is supposed to be, I think, I'm gonna guess probably nothing with this. No. Yeah, nothing with that. Let's get this big rifle. Can you hold the big rifle? I know this is a combiner gun. Yeah, he can hold that one. So he's got one of his 3 guns that he can hold. And he can hold the swords, but not the axes. I mean, he can hold the axes, but not very well. Yeah. So here he is. Again, I think this is more scaled for MP. So here he is with an MP car. And with MP10. And yeah, I mean he looks okay when you got him in bot mode. He looks okay. He's not. I wouldn't say he's the best Scattershot I've ever held in my hands. Although he's one of the only Scattershots I've ever held. I can't sit here and say he's amazing though. I can't. I mean, I think that goes with the tone of the review. I think it's garbage. I honestly do. I mean, overall, I mean, he looks okay here. I don't know about combined mode because I haven't done that myself yet. So from what I could see on this figure, if you're gonna buy this guy, you know, keep him in bot mode and just be done with. Don't bother transforming it. The alt mode is worthless. So it's just, there's no point to do it. Plus, you know, and just leave all these extra accessories in the box. I mean, this thing is just ridiculous when it comes to the transformation. Hands down, maybe it's not the worst transformation I've ever seen, but the worst parts forming transformer I've seen maybe ever. I'm really racking my brain for something else that's worse than this. I mean, so many pieces have to come off and just sit off to the side. I mean, look at this piece. This piece is the nose cone of the jet, and it's just set off to the side. I mean, I did exaggerate a couple things. I mean, yeah, you can leave these things on this piece if you want to. Which, you know, that's fine, but I mean, technically, they're supposed to turn into axes for him, but he can't use those. And now that won't go back in. It won't tab back in. That's just awesome. Just you know, part of me, like, I appreciate some of it, like trying to get the like incorporate this piece here. I appreciate some of that, but at the same time I don't like it. I don't like using these that don't have any kind of real joint holding it together to let's shove something in between it and then put all the weight of the figure onto it and let it split. Yay, that's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, just the parts forming element of it is it's ridiculous. It's, like I said, one of the worst, if not the worst, parts forming figure I've ever seen in my life. Just, you know, it's like, part of me, I can almost forgive a lot of it, like, but the chest piece sets me out so far over the edge. It's just, because I mean, you could make the argument, oh, you don't have to take the wings off; you can leave them where they're at. It's like, okay, I can buy that. So we're just moving it for aesthetic purposes. But the chest piece, there's no way to transform him and keep that chest piece on. It has to come off. You have to pull it off, set it off to the side, transform him, and then put it back on. And I use the word transform very lightly because all you're doing is folding his legs up, essentially. There's not much to the transformation because everything comes off. They couldn't figure out how to make this thing an actual transformer. The rest of the figures in the set, while I'm not a huge fan of them, they don't do that. So to me, this guy feels like they're like, okay, we're not making money off this set as it is, so let's just make this as cheap as possible and make it parts forming rather than trying to engineer and make things fit into it. Okay, logistically, I don't know how they would pull this off, but logistically, they could have used this and figured out how to fold it up and put it into the torso here. Okay, and then in the torso is the combiner head. Now, as far as that goes, you could put that inside here. So you could just be like, okay, here, fold it up, and there's the combiner head. And then fold it back down, and you're incorporating this into the torso. How hard would that have been? I mean, I'm not an engineer, transformer engineer by any means, but I'm just saying, it's like that sounds like it's a pretty feasible option to me. So, I don't know. I can't recommend this figure any way, shape, or form. I'll give it a 3 out of 10. The 3 is only because he does look good in his bot mode, just like that. Everything else about this figure fails completely. Wow. Just wow.